Okay. Oh, I should see some active listeners. I will know you're actively listening when your eyes are
watching,
ears are
listening,
voices are
quiet,
bodies are
calm.
still. Okay, good. So this story is called the crowded, noisy house. Once there was a poor Jewish man. Poor means the man did not have much money. He also doesn't have much good luck. The poor Jewish man went to speak with his rabbi. So this is the poor Jewish man right here. And this is the rabbi, which is, in other words, the leader of the Jewish church. Rabbi, the man said, you must help me. My life is terrible. I live with my wife and our 5 children and my mother-in-law. There's only one room for the 8 of us. So imagine all of us living in this one room. Would it be very cozy?
No.
With all the beds and the table, and no, it wouldn't be very cozy. So, the children, they cry and fight. My wife, hey, excuse me, who are you in charge of? My wife, she screams a lot. My mother-in-law, she kvetches about everything. So kvetches, we talked about, means complains or whines. So kvetches. What is it? Kvetches. Means to complain or whine. So, it is crowded and noisy and horrible. I tell you, honestly, Rabbi, I don't think it could be any worse. The rabbi rubbed his chin. Everybody show me rubbing your chin. And as he pondered, or he thought about, so he pondered the man's situation. My son, he said, if you will promise to do as I tell you, your life will get better. Will you promise? Yes, yes, said the man. I promise. What advice or ideas do you think the rabbi will give the man? Raise your hand. What advice do you think he'll give the man? Mason, thank you for raising your hand. What do you think?
Move to another house.
Move to another house, okay. What else?
Give chores to him.
Some different chores, okay. What else? I'll take one more. Rogelio.
Maybe give him money a little bit?
Maybe he'll give him money, okay. Hands down, let's read. Tell me, said the rabbi, do you own any animals? Yes, said the man, I have a goat. Good, said the rabbi, go home and take your goat into your house. Let it eat and sleep with you for a few days. I don't think anyone guessed that. Let's see what happens.
Oh my God.
The man was stunned or shocked. Take the goat into my house? The rabbi's advice sounded like a crazy idea. So advice is an idea or a suggestion. So the advice is an idea or a suggestion. Is an idea or a suggestion. What advice did he give him? What was his advice? Grace?
Take the goat into your house.
Take the goat into your house. Do you think is that really good advice?
No.
I don't know. Let's read. So, but everyone knew the rabbi was a wise man, wise or very smart man. So the poor man agreed to do what he said. He went home and led the goat into his house. So, what do you think will happen with the goat in the house? What? Excuse me, you're blurting. What do you think will happen with the goat in the house? Kinsley?
They'll eat, goats eat blankets, anything.
Goats eat anything. Kids, is there a prediction that he's going to eat stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that idea. What else? I'll take two more things. What do you think will happen with the goat in the house? Caleb?
He was going.
They'll destroy things. We have eat things, destroy things, and one more, Sophia.
He'll break everything.
They'll break things. Oh my goodness, all these are pretty bad. Let's read on. Oh, excuse me. Did I call on you? No. 2 days later, the man went back to the rabbi. Oy vey, he said. Oy vey, Roberta, how terrible. Everybody say, oy vey. I did as you said. I brought my goat into the house, but things are worse than before. The children, they cry and fight. My wife, she screams a lot. My mother-in-law, she kvetches. What does kvetch mean?
Screams or
No, it complains and whines. So she kvetches about everything. The goat, she butts us with her head and knocks the dishes off the shelves. Help me, Rabbi. I don't think it could be any worse. The rabbi stopped quietly for a moment. And then he asked the man, do you have any other animals? Yes, said the man, I have a cow. What do you think the rabbi will tell him to do? Oh, what do you think, Hadley? You think he's going to have him bring the cow into the house? Show me if that was what you were thinking. Okay, good. I'll take one more guess. Evelyn.
He's going to ask him to go out of the house and put the
Okay, so she thinks that he's going to have to take the goat out of the house and then bring the cow in. Let's read on. I'm going to look for active listeners. Oh, I see almost everyone's eyes.
It's going to get out.
Okay, remember what we are, when our voices are, when we're active listening? Quiet. Okay. Not right now. Good, said the rabbi. Go home and take the cow into your house. Let it eat and sleep with you for a few days. You think this is good advice?
That's a good idea.
No, let's see. Do you think the man will follow his advice?
No.
Okay, thumbs up if you think yes, he'll probably follow his advice, or thumbs down if you think he won't. Okay, I see a little bit of both. Hands down, let's see. Again, hands down. Again, the man did as he was told. He went home and let the cow into his house. 2 days later, the man went back to see the rabbi. Oy vey, he moaned. Everybody say, oy vey. He moaned. I did as you said. I brought the cow into the house. And things are even worse than before. So why do you think the man keeps following his advice?
Well, at least we got milk.
Why do you think he keeps following his advice, Sophia?
Because he wants a big house.
Because he wants to know what will happen to have his house be less crazy, right? Right? That's what he wanted. That's what he originally asked.
It's a goat.
And is the rabbi supposed to be very smart? So do you think he's helping him? Let's see. The children, they cry and fight. My wife, she screams a lot. My mother-in-law, she kvetches about everything. Kvetches means complains. So she complains about everything. The goat, she butts us with her head and knocks the dishes off the shelf. The cow, she eats our clothing. My house is like a barn. We can't sleep for all of the bleeding and mooing. Help me, Rabbi. I don't think it could be any worse. The rabbi was silent for a long time. What do you think? What advice will the rabbi give this time?
Make you win a rabbit.
I really like how I see people raising their hands. Caitlin.
Ask if you have any more.
So you're going to ask if he has any more animals, okay? Does anyone else think something different? Okay, wearing your shirt correctly, please. Evelyn?
He's gonna ask to take the animals out
Oh,
and
so
ask him to try to buy a new house.
all right, so she thinks that he's going to have him take the animals out and maybe buy a new house. One more, Nash. Thank you for raising your hand.
I gotta ask him if he wants to bring, like, maybe another dangerous animals.
Oh, okay, so let's read on. Then he asked, do you have any other animals?
All right.
Perfect. Well, said the man, pausing. He goes, well, I have a goose. Perfect, said the rabbi. Go home and take the goose. Take the goose into your house and let it eat and sleep with you. Do you think the rabbi is wise and smart? Thumbs up if you think he's wise. Thumbs up if you think he doesn't know what he's doing. I see a lot of you with your thumbs down. Let's read. 2 days later, the man went back to the rabbi. Oy vey, he groaned.
The goose is
Oh.
very
Oh wait, active listeners. Oy vey, he groaned. Things are worse than ever. The children, they cry and fight. My wife, she screams a lot. My mother-in-law, she kvetches about everything. The goat, she both butts us with her head and knocks dishes off the shelves. The cow, she eats our clothing. The goose, he hops and poops on the floor. I tell you, Rabbi, is it wrong for a man to eat, or it is wrong for a man to eat and sleep with animals? I don't think it could be any worse. My son, said the rabbi in a gentle voice, you are right. Go home and take the animals out of your house, and you will find your answer. Hey, what advice did he just give? What advice did he just give, Cora? You think that he'll tell? Well, what did he just say to do? What did he just say to do?
Take them out of the house.
Oh, that's flirting. You have your hand up. Open your hands up with your mouth on. No. Kevin, tell me what he just said.
Take the animals out.
Take the animals out of the house. Let's see what happens now. Also, was this advice different? It was different than before.
Wow.
So, is this the same house from the beginning of the story?
Yes.
How? So, it is the same house. It still only has one room. Let's see. So, the next day the man came running to the rabbi. What do you think the poor man will say to the rabbi? What do you think he'll say? I'll take 2 guesses. Natalie.
Thank you for telling me that.
Thank you for telling me that instead of adding more animals to the chaos. Okay, what else do you think? Oh, thank you, Caitlin, for giving me that. Let me see. One more. Jimmy, is your hand up? Do you have a guess?
What?
Do you have a guess of what he was going to say to the rabbi? No, okay. Eyes up here. Mason? Hands down. You're going to say oy vey again? Let's see. Rabbi, he cried, his face beaming. Who knows what beaming means? Beaming. Cora? Happy. So his face is happy now. He's beaming. So you have made life sweet for me. Now that all the animals are outside, the house is so quiet, so roomy, and so clean. How wonderful. So let's talk about that. Did the rabbi really solve his problem? Did they move out of the house? No. He's in the same house. He's in the same thing as the beginning, but he made him appreciate his house because it could be worse, couldn't it? You could have a goat, a cow, and a goose in your house.
And a